This morning we finally got some details on Pokemon Home, and it's looking... Hey, this is Gatorix, and yes, this morning we finally got some more details on Pokemon Home. Now, as we know, Pokemon Home is basically going to be the new version of Pokemon Bank. There are going to be some new features as we've been shown this morning, so let's go ahead and discuss it. First of all, yes, it's going to remain a paid model, and it's, what is it, $3 for 1 month, $5 for 3 months, and $16 for 12 months. So right off the bat, already costs more than Pokemon Bank. Pokemon Bank was $5 a year. It's still less than Nintendo Online service, which is about $20 a year for one person. You know, depending on how much you add in a family, it changes. I'm in a family plan to where it ends up being like $7 a year for us. But Pokemon Home is going to be singular. There are some extra features though. The GTS does return in Pokemon Home. You can trade in Pokemon Home, in fact, from your mobile device. That's a big thing also, is that you're able to access Pokemon Home from a corresponding app. So right away that kind of makes it more accessible. It looks nice, it looks visually nice. One interesting thing, you can have like little sprites, trainer sprites representing yourself. There are some nice new 3D models. Yet to my knowledge, these are new because they look like the typical Ken Sugimori renders, but they are done in 3D. And so if there's going to be one for every Pokemon, that's over 900 of them. So that's nice. That looks nice. And there is also the fact that every time you bring a Pokemon into Pokemon Home, it is going to be registered in your national Pokedex, which that's kind of what I was saying in a previous video, is that for all intents and purposes, Pokemon Home is your national dex. Obviously, you're not going to be able to battle with Pokemon because, you know, you're not going to be able to battle with Pokemon. But if you want to contain them and have your living national dex, this is the way to do it. At present, you know, who knows whether in a future game we'll finally have the national dex back. But for the most part, this is the national dex, because you are also able to read Pokedex entries for all these Pokemon. You can even select which game. You can see the stats for them. That's also a big thing. You're able to use the judge feature in Pokemon Home, so that's also great. It's basically, you're able to do almost everything with these Pokemon that you might be able to, except for, you know, training, battling, Pokemon camp, stuff like that. For the most part, like, you're able to see the summaries of these Pokemon, you're able to read the Pokedex entries for these Pokemon, and again, you know, judge feature is something interesting. There are some features though that are only available on certain aspects. As it is a paid model, there is technically a free version, but they're calling it the premium version for the paid version, and right now I'll say, overall, I'm not super enticed to purchase this. It's more out of necessity, right? Like, yeah, okay, I want to transfer my old Pokemon into Sword and Shield. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to buy this. There is also something interesting, right? I think there's something going on in that, like, the first month Pokemon Bank is gonna be free, I believe. So if you need to get Pokemon Bank in order to transfer things over, because, you know, that is still the case. Because if you want to bring stuff from Bank into Home, like, you can, okay, there's a model right here. You can transfer Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee directly into Home, and then from Home into Swish, Sword and Shield. You are able to put Pokemon from Sword and Shield into Home, but if they come from Sword and Shield, or if they've touched Sword and Shield, they're not able to go back into Pokemon Let's Go. That's at least from my knowledge, right? Pokemon from Let's Go can go directly into Home and then directly into Sword and Shield, obviously because they're on the Switch. Pokemon from Go can go directly from Go into Home and then into Sword and Shield. And then Pokemon from Bank can go into that. But again, you know, Pokemon Bank is still a paid service. Again, you know, you're going to be able to use it for free because of something that's going on, a little deal. But if you're going to want to use it like later down the line, unless like you just pay for like 1 month of Home, pay for like Bank, or get the free Bank, then transfer everything, and then just say goodbye to your old games, which very likely isn't going to happen. You know, later down the line, if you want to transfer things, you're going to need to pay that $5 a year for Bank, and then that either $3 a month for Home, or that $16 a month. So let's say later down the line, you want to be able to just have everything. You want to transfer everything. So if you're paying that 1 year subscription for each, that's about $21, which $21 a year isn't bad. It's just, you know, whether you might find worth in that. Okay, obviously, like, Nintendo Online services, when it first launched, like, it's not bad. 20 bucks a year is nothing. Of course, depending on who you are, normally, if you're younger, then it's a little more, but that's different. But like I said, overall, like, I think Pokemon Home is neat. I think it's got features, but I'm not excited, I guess. Again, you know, transferring old Pokemon, but after, you know, that maybe first month of transferring all my old Pokemon, I'll move on. I think it is extremely useful, though, being able to trade Pokemon from your mobile device, because that is a big thing. Being able, in the fact that, like, your mobile device is going to be able to connect to Pokemon Home, and then you can just trade from there. I think, though, I'm pretty sure on the list of features that you can't do that from the Switch itself and only from the mobile device, which is weird. I'd expect, like, the Switch to have every feature possible, and then the mobile device to be the one that's restricted. So it's kind of weird. I didn't mention exactly, but yeah, the free version of Pokemon Home, you can do most things. It's just that there are some features that, you know, are behind this paywall. And let's be honest, kind of is a little, maybe. I don't want to contribute to that narrative because, you know, I've not hated everything that Pokemon has done since Sword and Shield, since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, unlike some people. But as for Pokemon Home, I sleep. I'm sorry. You can jot me down for a Pokemon sleep when it comes to Pokemon Home. But overall, those are the details, and I think it's interesting. I think that definitely it is more. Apparently, there are some challenges also later that are going to be implemented later on, I guess, or something. And you get Pokemon Home points, which can then be converted into battle points, which this generation, they're just giving away battle points practically, which I think is great because those were always the higher up currency in Pokemon. Battle points are easy to get, but the fact that we're getting a lot more free battle points is great, honestly. So overall, that's kind of Pokemon Home. You can check out the website yourself to see the further details. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about Pokemon Home. Again, I think it's fine. I feel like that's been my answer for a lot of things recently, just calling something fine. But overall, I'm not hyped or excited for it. It's gonna be there. We're gonna use it. I don't hate it, obviously. I obviously understand, you know, paying money for subscription services like this keeps it going because, you know, you have to pay for that server space and this and that. So, you know, there's that. But it's here. It's here. It's not, okay. I think the narrative of calling it Pokemon Jail is kind of stupid because it's not as restrictive as that. But still, it's okay. Leave your comments below. We'll get to the discussion down there. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. You can check out my anime channel also. I'll be posting something this weekend, hopefully. I'll be hopefully working on it today, so that'll be cool. That means so much that you guys are supporting that as well. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.